Hello creative Tartanites, and welcome to the first ever creative video podcast, which may or may not get turned into an audio podcast. We shall see. For those who are new to my channel, my name is Tanya and I'm the person behind Tartantaz Creates. In today's episode, I am going to share with you some finished projects, some work in progress projects, a little bit about what my future projects are going to be, or what I'm planning them to be, should I say, because not all future projects are necessarily going to get done, I have to confess. There will be a little bit of knitting, weaving, and some art being shared. So first of all, let's start off with knitting, because that is the one thing that I have been getting into just in the last few weeks. I've really fallen down that rabbit hole. It all kind of started, let me take you back just a little bit further. It all started when I had discovered weaving. Now let me show you my weaving loom. Many of you may have seen my weaving demonstration video, but let me show you my weaving loom. This is my weaving loom. It is quite small. I believe it will create 16 inches wide. So this is the width. So this is the width. It's cold and wet outside. Why on earth is there an ice cream fan? So this is my weaving loom. It's small and portable. I can sit with it on my lap. It is really fun to use. This is what's called the heddle. This is where the warp goes through, and it allows me to weave things approximately 16 inches wide and as long as I like. Because I got this new loom, obviously I was excited, and my mum, she is a knitter and has lots and lots of wool. In fact, so much wool that I always tease her that she could open her own wool shop. I asked her if she had any spare wool that she would be willing to give to me if she's not using it. And she said yes, and sent me probably about 3 bin bags full of wool. And in that wool there was some Aran wool. And this Aran wool was just, the colours were really lovely, and I just got it into my head that I fancied knitting myself a jumper. But then I was thinking, well, do you know, I probably shouldn't start with an adult size, because I'll probably make a lot of mistakes first and foremost, then get really fed up because it's taking me so long to actually finish. And I thought, do you know what, I will knit some smaller sizes. So that's exactly what I've done. I have knitted some smaller sizes. First of all, I started off with this one here. So I'm really pleased with the outcome of it. It's a simple cable. There's 3 cables going down the back and down the front, and nothing on the sleeves. So that was a really very easy knit to make. I have now started on a slightly bigger one, different colour, but again it's in the Aran wool. I'm really pleased with the progress of that. But just like me, I thought, well, do you know, I've still got time to finish off the other jumper, and I had discovered a video where the person was showing how to knit from the neck down, and I really loved the idea that it was chunky wool and would knit up a bit quicker. And so I decided that I would try to do this particular jumper. I will leave a link, probably in the iCard as well, to this particular channel and that particular video. She's really quite fun to watch. I've really enjoyed watching her knitting videos. Is it knit what you love? I will leave it in the description, because I can't remember the exact title of her channel at this moment in time. I'll probably put it on screen as well. So this is a work in progress. This is the jumper for myself. It's in an absolutely beautiful wool. It's so soft, and it has been knitted from the neck down. So let me just show you this on. So this is it. This is it on. As you can see, the sleeves are yet to be finished. There's the neckline. It just feels so nice. I'm going to have to obviously knit in the sleeves. That's the that's the next part of this to get finished. Let me just quickly take this off. I'll probably edit this part out. So yes, I'm really pleased with the progress of this jumper so far. It just, yeah, it's so soft. But the one thing that I noticed, and I'm really kicking myself for not noticing it sooner, I don't know if it's because at one point I actually had to unravel a lot because I discovered that it was too big, and so I had to unravel it and start again. And I don't know what I've done, but I have managed to, I have more stitches on one side than I have in the other. But it's hardly noticeable, but it is noticeable to me now that I've seen it. But the reason I'm mentioning this is because I think it's worth proving that it's not worth worrying too much over mistakes, because they can be fixed. They can be resolved even for a beginner, such as myself. My plan is to possibly the one with the 38 stitches on it, I will just simply start working in the round and sew up any gaps that there's going to be, because this is slightly wider with it being 38 stitches. With the other one, which has only got 35 stitches, how I managed to have not lose 3 stitches, I have no idea. What I think I've possibly done is I've probably skipped on increases without knowing it. Thought I've done them and I haven't, and I will add in more stitches. The other way that I could do it is, because you're supposed to add in a couple of stitches anyway to this part here, you're supposed to pick up a couple of stitches. So maybe I could pick up a couple of stitches on the other one as well, but then immediately on the next couple of rounds decrease it again. So we'll see, but there are ways round it. It shouldn't be too much of a problem. So that's the adult jumper. Another project that I have actually finished are these here. These are wrist warmers, and the pattern is from an old Molly Makes. I have knitted a pair before and gifted them. I always said that I would knit them again for myself, and I finally got round to doing it. Again, this wool was actually gifted from my mum. I love this teal colour. Absolutely love it. She's had it for years and years, so I don't even know if it's available anymore. It's from DMC. my Boshi. So yeah. Love it. Really, really comfortable to wear those. So that's that. This is now, like, watching videos on how to knit the jumper has just brought up more videos on how to knit other things, so knitting socks and all the rest of it. So I kind of I fancied knitting myself some socks. And I've actually been looking at knitting my socks for a number of years, but just never ever got round to it because I bought this wool a good number of years ago now. Absolutely gorgeous wool. On reflection, I'm not sure if they're going to be that comfortable as socks because it's got the kind of glittery part through it, but we'll see. Only just today I was at my local shop where I would buy my art supplies and wool and anything kind of craft related, if they've got it. And I came across this wool. It is King Cole and it's called Footsie. It's 4-ply, and I thought they would make fantastic Christmas socks because of the green and the red. So yeah, that should be fun to see how that turns out. So the last sort of fibre project that I'd like to do for the future is I want to weave some tea towels, some dish towels. And so I have got this Drops Saffron. So I've got a red, a green and a bit of an off-white. Now they're not your kind of sort of typical modern Christmas colours, but I thought they really were very vintage. So I'm going to weave some dish towels with this. So that's my future projects. In terms of art, I have finished my NHS portraits for heroes, and they have finally, after a long wait for it to be organised for them to actually be presented with them, the recipients of the portraits have now got the portraits, which means I can now share the portraits, and I will pop up a photograph to let you see. The videos have yet to be edited. I have recorded all 3 processes, and I do plan on doing 3 time lapses for these portraits. So if you like watching time-lapse videos, watch this space. The other thing in terms of my art is that I realised I was neglecting my drawing skills. I can paint better than I can draw, if I'm totally honest. And I've recently been watching Chris Hong, and she's been practising her figure drawing, and I was inspired to do the same. So I got my sketchbook out, and I have been practising my drawing. Some of them I've liked, some of them not so much. You may have already seen these. This one here, for example, goodness knows what happened there. Proportions are way out, but do you know, it was good practice. This one I think is my favourite. I'm really liking this one. And this one again, I'm not really sure what happened. I think the head is too small for the body, but generally speaking, I have actually enjoyed practicing my drawing, even though I've not been particularly happy with it. The very fact that I have been practicing is the point here, and the reason I'm showing you the stuff that I don't like is to show you that it is okay to not get it right in your sketchbook. That's what your sketchbook's for. For me, my sketchbook is for practicing. I have been thinking about this a lot lately, and I think one of the reasons that I've been put off drawing in my sketchbook is because when I draw in my sketchbook, they're not always, well rendered, amazing pieces of art. It's practicing things that I'm not good at, and when I'm practicing things that I'm not good at, the results aren't necessarily brilliant because I'm practicing. I'm trying to get better, and I've been trying to, I think, do too much that, it has to be monetized, it has to be good art, it has to, I have to be producing, I have to be productive. I got it in my head that I didn't have a lot of time, so if I was spending time practicing my art, I wasn't spending that time producing good work that can be sold. I am trying to build up my shop, trying to build up my business, and if I'm practicing, I'm not doing these things. If I'm practicing in my sketchbook, I'm not editing a video that needs to go up on YouTube and all this kind of thing. So I think that's probably why I've neglected doing my practicing. So I would like to start doing this more often and practice more of my drawing and things. So that's it for this first video podcast. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you found it interesting. What was your favourite part? Let me know in the comments below. In fact, what was your least favourite part? Let me know in the comments below. If you haven't already done so and would like to, please subscribe and don't forget to hit that bell. That way YouTube will give you notification when there's a new video available. So take care everybody, and don't forget, look after your mental well-being because nobody else can. And I'll see you in the next video. Bye for now!